Today's topic is all about author websites. If you've got 5 minutes, I've got 5 tips to make yours even better. Writers who intend to publish or who have already published have websites. It's as simple as that. Now, do you have to have a website? Must you have a website? Of course not. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. But in the 21st century, your website as an author is very useful for you in a number of ways. And I would highly recommend that you consider it if you don't have one. And if you haven't given a lot of thought to what's on your website and why you're using it, maybe these tips will help you with the one you already have. Before I start with my tips, let's talk a little bit about why you have a website. You have a social media presence, I have no doubt about that, but let's think about that for a moment. Your Instagram account. Your Instagram account or your Twitter feed is here today and gone tomorrow. Your author website is your forever home on the web. It's your online resume, it's your portfolio, it's your showcase, it's your opportunity to connect with your specific readers. It actually gives you a place to send people to when they ask you, tell me about your work. And it's a place where you get to control the message. It's probably the only place where someone will write about you where you do get to control the message. So here's tip number 1. Keep it clean. There is nothing worse for someone searching for an author on the web and finding a website that is cluttered and difficult to wade through. Here's an example of one website done by a copywriter. It's clean, it's easy to read, it looks very professional. There's breathing space, as designers would say. Think about that when it comes to the design of your website. Tip number 2, write a tight bio, 200 to 300 words, and include a photograph. Yes, include a photograph. Here's a really good example from a very well-known best-selling author, David Baldacci. His author bio is 271 words, right on the money, and it's a great photo of him that kind of makes you think you know him as a person. So think about the kind of image you want to convey. Maybe sometime we'll talk about author photographs, but at the moment, just keep in mind that you should have one and go back and look at your bio. Make sure it's tightly written. Tip number 3, ensure that your website reflects your style. And I'm talking about the style particularly of your work, the kind of books, the kind of articles you write, the kind of work that you do. A copywriter is going to have a different website from a novelist. A romance novelist is going to have a different website from a mystery novelist. Here's an example of one. There's no mistaking the style. Tip number 4, consider including a blog. I think this is really important for first-time writers early in their career, trying to engage with readers. Consider having a blog, but by the time you get to the point where you're J.K. Rowling and you're a household name, you might not need one anymore. Tip number 5, avoid the temptation to sell, sell, sell. That is not the purpose of your website. E.L. James here has a very clean, very professional looking website that does nothing to sell her books. But I suppose when you've written 50 Shades of Grey, the books probably sell themselves. Well, that's it for me this week. I think I'll go review my own website. Talk to you next time. Subscribe to Write, Fix, Repeat. And maybe I can help you improve your writing knowledge and skills. 5 tips at a time.